हॅलो स्टुडंट्स, आज आपण सेक्शन सेकंडमधला करंट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी हा चॅप्टर चालू करणार आहोत. सुरुवातीला त्यातील काही डेफिनेशन्स बघूयात. फर्स्ट, इलेक्ट्रिक करंट. द रेट ऑफ फ्लो ऑफ चार्ज with respect to time is called as electric current. Then steady current. An electric current which does not depend upon time is called as steady current. In this chapter, we shall study the Kirchhoff's laws and their applications for the electrical circuit. Also, we shall study a few experiments to measure the resistance and to compare the EMF of cell. Then, here some important definitions. First, it is a junction. Junction is any point in the circuit where the current can be split. Then next is the loop. Any closed conducting path in an electric network is called as a loop or mesh. Then next, branch. A branch is any part of the network that lies between two junctions. Then next point, and very important, Kirchhoff's laws. Here in 1842, Kirchhoff stated two laws to determine the currents and the potential difference in the complicated circuits. There are two laws. First, that is Kirchhoff's first law, is also known as current law or the junction law. Then statement of this law: the algebraic sum of electric current at any junction is always equal to 0. Then that is summation of I is equal to 0. Here summation sign is used for algebraic sum of all the current. Then from the diagram there is sign convention for this first law. First sign convention is that for the current flowing towards the junction is positive and the current flowing away from the junction is considered as negative. याच्यामध्ये डायग्राम ऑब्जर्व करा. डायग्राममध्ये पी हा सेंटरचा पॉईंट दाखवलेला आहे जंक्शनमध्ये. I1, I2, I3, I4 and I5, I6. These are the current. Here I1, then I3 and I4 are flowing towards the junction. म्हणजे याच्यामध्ये I1, I3 आणि I4 हे जे करंट आहेत ते पॉईंट Pच्या दिशेने फ्लो होतात. आणि I2, I5 आणि I6 हे जे करंट आहेत हे पॉईंट P म्हणजे जंक्शनपासून दूर निघून जातात. म्हणजे जंक्शनच्या अपोजिटली फ्लो होतात, म्हणून ते सगळे निगेटिव्हली दाखवलेत. मग डायग्रामवरून इक्वेशन आलेलं आहे I1 विच इज considered as positive because here I1 is flowing towards the junction. Then I2 is flowing away from the junction, so it is considered as negative. Then I3, it is considered as positive. Then I4 also positive. Then I5, it is negative because it is flowing away from the junction. Then I6 also it is negative. Then from the diagram I1 minus I2 plus I3 plus I4 minus I5 minus I6 is equal to 0. पॉझिटिव्ह जे करंट आहेत एका बाजूला घेतलेले आहेत I1 प्लस I3 प्लस I4, निगेटिव्ह आहे ते या बाजूला घेतलेले आहेत, इज इक्वल टू I2 प्लस I5 प्लस I6. Then second, that is the Kirchhoff's voltage law. First statement: the algebraic sum of the potential difference, that is the product of current and the resistance, and the electromotive force, that is the EMF, in a closed loop is 0. That is summation of IR plus summation of E equal to 0. Then there are two sign conventions for the potential difference and the electromotive force. First, if the direction of tracing is the same that of the conventional current flow, then potential difference across the resistance is considered as negative. otherwise it is considered as positive. And second, EMF is positive if we traverse from negative terminal to the positive terminal inside the cell, and EMF is negative if we traverse from positive to negative terminal. इथे एक डायग्राम दिलेली आहे, एक सर्किट डायग्राम दिलेला आहे, त्याच्यामध्ये ABCDFG there are 5 resistance R1, R2, R3, R4 and R5. E1 and E2, these are the EMF. First, consider the loop A, B, F, G, A in clockwise sense. By applying the sign convention, we get minus I1 into R1 minus I3 into R5 minus I3 into R3 प्लस E1 इक्वल टू 0. आता याच्यामध्ये एक लूप कन्सिडर केलेला आहे ABFG अँड अगेन A. या लूपमध्ये करंट फ्लोईंग फ्रॉम पॉझिटिव्ह टर्मिनल टू द निगेटिव्ह टर्मिनल ऑफ दी सेल. I1 दॅट इज द करंट फ्लोईंग अक्रॉस दी रेजिस्टन्स R1. B या पॉईंटला करंट हा स्प्लिट झालेला आहे I1 अँड I2. अगेन along the BF current that is the I3 which is flowing across the resistance R5. Again I3 is flowing across the resistance R3 आणि इथं EMF E1 it is traverse from negative terminal to the positive terminal, so E1 is considered as positive. इक्वेशन मध्ये फर्स्ट मायनस I1 इंटू R1 म्हटलेलं आहे because direction of tracing is same that of the conventional current flow, so potential difference is considered as negative. minus I3 into R5 इथे पण डायरेक्शन ऑफ ट्रेसिंग हा सेम आहे कन्व्हेन्शनल करंट फ्लोच्या, म्हणून पोटेन्शियल डिफरन्स हा काय निगेटिव्ह कन्सिडर केलेला आहे. देन सेम मायनस I3 इंटू R3 प्लस E1. आता इथं E1 that is the first EMF E1 it is considered as positive because here we traverse from negative to positive terminal of the cell, so E1 is considered as positive. Then finally equation E1 is equal to I1 into R1 plus I3 into R5 plus I3 into R3. Then consider the loop BFDCB in anti-clockwise direction. Applying the sign convention, we get minus I2 into R2 minus I3 into R5 minus I2 into R4 plus E2 equal to 0. इथे पण सेम सेकंड लूप कन्सिडर केलेला आहे BCDF अगेन B in the anti-clockwise direction. Then again here I2 that is the current which is flowing, direction of tracing is the same, that is the conventional current flow. I2 is the current flowing through the resistance R2, so it is considered as negative. Then next I3 into R5 it is also considered as negative, and again I2 into R4 it is also considered as negative, plus E2. Here E2 that is the second EMF it is considered as positive because we traverse from negative terminal to the positive terminal inside the cell, so E2 it is positive. So last equation E2 is equal to I2 R2 plus I3 R5 plus I2 into R4. Point Whitson network. In 1843 Charles F. Whitson designed a bridge circuit for accurate measurement of unknown resistance called as Whitson network or Whitson bridge. Here observe a circuit diagram. It consists of 4 resistance P, Q, R and S which are connected to form a quadrilateral A, B, C, D as shown in the figure. A source of EMF E is connected between diagonally opposite points A and C through the key K. A sensitive galvanometer is connected between two other vertices B and D. Along the loop ADC, there is the certain point D which has potential equal to the potential at point B along the loop ABC. Hence, network is said to be balanced if point B and point D are equipotential. That is, VB is equal to VD. That is the potential at point B equal to potential at point D. So, Ig is equal to 0. Thus, in balanced condition, even though current flows in the rest of the circuit, galvanometer will not show any deflection. That is, it shows null point. Let I be the current supplied by the cell. At junction A, the current is divided into two parts, I1 through the resistance P and I2 through the resistance S. From the figure, I is equal to I1 plus I2. Suppose equation number first. Consider the loop A, B, D, A. Applying Kirchhoff's voltage law in the clockwise sense shown in the loop, we get minus I1 into P minus Ig into G plus I2 into S equal to 0. तर याच्यामध्ये I1 that is the first current flowing through the resistance P which is considered as negative. Then again Ig that is the current flowing through the galvanometer, it is also considered as negative, and plus I2 into S that is the current which is flowing opposite to that of the conventional current, so it is considered as positive. Then equation is minus I1 into P minus Ig into G plus I2 into S equal to 0. Suppose equation number 2. Now consider loop B, C, D, B. Applying Kirchhoff's voltage law in the clockwise sense shown in the loop, we get minus I1 minus Ig into Q plus I2 plus Ig into R plus Ig into G equal to 0. That is the equation number 3. The bridge is said to be balanced if the condition for the balance is Ig is equal to 0. This condition can be obtained by adjusting the value of P, Q, R and S. Substituting Ig is equal to 0 in the equation first and second, we get minus I1 into P plus I2 into S equal to 0. That is, I1 into P equal to I2 into S. Suppose equation number 3. Similarly, minus I1 into Q plus I2 into R equal to 0. That is, I1 into Q equal to I2 into R. Suppose equation number 4. Dividing equation 3 by equation 4, we get P upon Q equal to S upon R. This is the balancing condition for the Whitson network or the Whitson bridge. Next point, meter bridge. Meter bridge is the modification of Whitson network used to determine unknown resistance. It is an instrument which works on the principle of Whitson network. So, it is called as Whitson meter bridge. The length of wire used is 1 meter. So, it is called as the meter bridge. First, we have to see the diagram. Construction of the meter bridge. The meter bridge consists of a thin, uniform and the homogeneous conducting wire, here AB, 1 meter long, stretched on a rectangular wooden board between two thick L-shaped metal strips C1, C2 as shown in the figure. The third central metal strip, that is a C, is fixed on the board such that two gaps with two metal strips are formed across the wire. A meter scale is fixed on the board below the wire. Then observe the diagram. In the diagram, Here AB, that is a 1 meter long conducting wire. Capital R, that is the resistance box which is connected to the second gap. Then X, unknown resistance which is connected in the first gap. Then C1, C2 and the C, these are the metal strips. Then E be the cell or the power supply. Then G, capital G, that is the galvanometer. Then J, sliding key or it is also known as jockey. Then RH, that is rheostat, and capital D, that is the null point. Null point means, as we study earlier point, meter bridge, even though current flows in the rest of the circuit, galvanometer will not show any deflection. It is called as the null point. Here capital D, that is the null point. Then here in the first gap we have to connect the unknown resistance X. The unknown resistance box is connected in the other gap, that is the right gap. A cell of EMF capital E, key K and the rheostat RH are connected in the series with the wire AB. One terminal of the galvanometer is connected to the junction of the X and the resistance box, and the other terminal is connected to the jockey, that is the sliding key. The jockey is metallic rod whose one end has a knife edge which can slide over the wire AC. To make electrical connection, place the jockey at the point A and at the point B and see the deflection in the galvanometer. The deflection must be on opposite side, otherwise adjust rheostat and the values of the resistance from resistance box. हा एक्सपेरिमेंट आपल्याला 12वीला आहे विट्सॉन मीटर ब्रिजचा. त्याच्यामध्ये अननोन रेजिस्टन्स एक्स हा आपल्याला फाइंड करायचा आहे. याच्यामध्ये काय केलेलं आहे तर फर्स्ट गॅप आणि सेकंड गॅप, लेफ्ट गॅप आणि राईट गॅप, इथे दोन गॅप आहेत, मेटल स्ट्रीप वापरलेले आहेत C1 C2. फर्स्ट गॅपमध्ये एक्स हा अननोन रेजिस्टन्स कनेक्ट केलेला आहे आणि सेकंड गॅपमध्ये रेजिस्टन्स बॉक्स कनेक्ट केलेला आहे. देन जॉकीच्या सहाय्याने आपल्याला एकदा ए आणि एकदा बी या पॉईंटला कॉन्टॅक्ट करायचं आहे, जेणेकरून तिथं गॅल्व्हॅनोमीटरमध्ये अपोजिट साईडला डिफ्लेक्शन दाखवलं पाहिजे. देन अ सुटेबल व्हॅल्यू ऑफ रेजिस्टन्स आर इज टेकन इन द रेजिस्टन्स बॉक्स and steady current is sent around the circuit. By touching the jockey at different points of the wire AB, a point D is obtained for which galvanometer shows zero deflection or null deflection. The point D is called as the null point. Let I be the current through the circuit and sigma be the resistance per unit length of the wire AB. Then let Lx and Lr, here the Lx and Lr be the distance of the point D measured in centimeter from the ends of A and B of the wire. Let the respective length of the wire between A and D and that between D and B, that is the Lx and Lr. Lx, that is the length of the wire AD, and Lr, that is the length of the wire DB. Then here X, R and the resistance of wire AD and the wire DB form 4 arms of the Whitson network. From the balancing condition we get X upon R is equal to RAD divided by RDB, that is resistance of wire AD of the length Lx divided by resistance of the wire DB of the length Lr. Here if RAD and RDB are the resistance of wire AD and DB of length LX and LR respectively. If sigma be the specific resistance and A be the area of cross section of the wire, then RAD is equal to sigma into LX upon A and RDB is equal to sigma into LR upon A. Put this value in equation number first. We get X upon R equal to sigma into LX upon A whole divided by sigma into LR upon A. Then cancel the common terms sigma and A. We have to get X upon R equal to LX upon LR. Therefore final equation X is equal to cross multiplication R into bracket LX upon LR. We have to get final equation here X is equal to R into LX upon 100 minus LX. Here we have to put value of LR. The value of LR, whole length of the wire, it is the 100 centimeter. So LR is equal to 100 minus LX. That is the equation for unknown resistance X. The unknown resistance X can be determined by that equation. X is equal to R into bracket LX divided by 100 minus LX.